Oh, what is up, everyone? We have returned from the depths of hell. I have my water. We are here for the winners finals match. Yes, winners finals. We just saw France pull out a big win against Germany, a hard-fought match, and looks like that's the same lineup is going to be
Same
playing
lineup,
against our five-time defending champion Japanese team. These lineups both looking like close to the best they can offer from both teams. We have talked a bit about the French lineup, and we saw them in play. Let's talk about this Japanese lineup, because we know a lot about what they've done, but there are some new faces in the lineup.
Yeah, definitely their core four pretty much stays the same. Kusamo, Monar, and Page, or Peze, whichever one you want to call him, really. And then KF25, who's been around for quite a bit. I believe he was on Japan since 2016 or 17. I know he was on all 3 years in 8D. He might have been on the last year it ran in 8U.
But we do see an unfamiliar face here. I put my glasses on. At least to us.
We've got some Japan experts out there in the chat. Some information.
The name I presume is Choppy. I did my Google search a little bit ago and saw some footage of him playing. He seems to be a relatively new player, and I know the way Japan does their lineups for the World Cup every year is they do a tournament. They do something called a legacy or whatever. So Choppy apparently showing up and making some big waves in the Japan pool, because he
definitely,
along with this this very powerful core of Team Japan, has made his place on the roster in such a pivotal match. This is a big match right here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a slugfest.
Yeah, it's gonna be the freaking Warriors and the Rockets, dude.
Yeah, I'm expecting literally 12 rounds.
Yeah.
If this match is
65 Grand Prix, dude.
Yeah, if this match is said and done before the last race, I'm going to be shocked.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Because obviously, since Japan has won 5 World Cups in a row, they are the favorites yet again this year, arguably.
Yeah, they're blessed by the god Nobuo-chan.
So, I mean, it's weird saying France are the underdogs.
But,
I mean, France is actually good enough to the point where they can definitely beat Japan. I know for a fact they played a couple of scrims this week. I'm not entirely sure how those...
They're always playing scrims, which is, pretty healthy for a team to, keep up the chemistry.
Okay, so then... from our inside source, Cinda...
so these teams scrimmed each other yesterday.
Yeah, and Japan took 2 games, and the French took 1. So, I mean, it's relatively even, I guess.
That's big, though.
Not entirely sure of the scores, but, a win is a win regardless of the score.
Yeah.
So...
This will be interesting, because... France just comes off a match, a World Cup match, so they've got some playtime under their belt. I'm guessing Japan has been playing since 2 in the morning and just
it's
grinding out scrims, whatever. It's their job. But so it'll be interesting to see where both teams lie in terms of are they warmed up? Are they playing yet? It should be.
Well, we know that France is all warmed up. The only thing that worries me is that France typically, as you saw the last match too, they have hiccups.
Certainly.
Where they kind of just go on a stretch of where they just lose races consistently.
Yeah,
as you saw Germany busted out 4 wins in a row. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if France are just like I said at the beginning of last match, if France just zoom out of the starting gate, that's it's so hard to catch up.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing about Japan is that they are just so incredibly good at
they're Japan
keeping the top spots, believe it or not. Like, you've seen them running in, top, and I mean, I remember playing against them a few times in my past days, but like it's like moving a boulder trying to get them out of top spots when they're there and they're secured, because they just have
and it's like you think you get rid of all of them, and then it's like
and then Choppy just shows up in first.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're still there somehow. So Choppy
Chan makes his statement, but like, so it is really gonna be about that momentum, and for one team, and then the other team just playing to stop that momentum.
Definitely. And I mean, the country's play styles just like clash so heavy, because they're easily the most, like, in terms of their play style, they're definitely the most aggressive teams.
Yeah.
Like, they're not afraid to take risks, I guess you can say.
Yeah, neither of these teams are afraid to make the big play. So I mean, hopefully we're seeing a lot of that. And I'm guessing that, I mean, we're not seeing it on screen. We don't have the screen yet, but I'm assuming everyone's joining the room and getting started at some point. I was just assuming that, like, we're starting.
We gotta be official open at the hour.
Open at 00, ladies and gentlemen.
Good luck. All right, so I just want to get a little going in the chat. If you believe Team France is going to win, get a hashtag FR win in the Twitch chat.
Classic FR win, JPN win.
And then if you think Japan is going to win, get a hashtag JPN win in the Twitch chat. Kind of just want to see where everyone stands.
This will be interesting.
In terms of this match, I mean, I'm thinking we're going to have a pretty good match on our hands.
Yeah. And post your favorite player lineup on Pinterest. Tag us on Instagram for our giveaway. All of that. Ooh. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah. Looks like. Did you prompt them to choose who they think will win or who they? Are they?
I didn't think that one through, buddy.
Nice.
I always just go through who they think is going to win, but I guess it could be implied for either or.
Yeah,
I don't really have any favoritism towards either team.
I agree
I'm just looking to see a good match.
I agree with in the chat, viewers win, because when there is Mario Kart to be played, everyone wins. Am I right, ladies? We are here for a positive vibe time. Positive vibes only.
But yeah, in terms of who I think is going to win, I think it's hard to go against Japan, since they're just Japan. So I mean, but I definitely can see France pulling this out, because France is ridiculously good as well. It's just going to be a difficult match for both teams, honestly. Yeah. And it's not like either team's going to lie down and take it. If they get knocked down, they're going to get up and keep fighting.
Yeah, like you said, it will be a slugfest. I'm curious. I know people are asking about the point of view. Who is streaming for us?
Are we watching Power again, Cindo? We're watching Power again.
Okay.
Stream?
You sounded a little disappointed about that.
No.
Power again.
It's not. Power's a good POV. Shout out to my man Pierre too.
Let's
so
see.
I think the room should be open at this point. I'm not entirely sure how many people are.
Time has eclipsed 00. So.
All right. There's 11 in the room.
I'm curious. Hold up. Let's see.
All right.
Yeah, I did peep the YouTube, my YouTube, what's it called, feed, and Kusan is streaming as well on YouTube. If like there are any alternative needs for POVs, I can link that.
We're watching here.
We are watching in here. Because Twitch Twitch and Discord.
Okay.
Forgot about that one. But
they have apparently Kusan has a call too, so that's not gonna happen.
Don't want to hear that foreign language in my ears. No, but
all right.
No, I'm kidding. Looking at Kusan's stream though, it looks like there are 11 in room. 1 Japanese member is missing, so we're almost there. Room is almost full, and we're gonna get clapping soon. If anyone does want to watch these competing point of views side by side, I can link the Japanese perspective in the Twitch chat. You can put our incredible life-changing stream on the right half of your browser if you want, and then the opposing side of the stream on the other side if you want. I will hold up. That is the YouTube link. He streams on YouTube. I'm not sure why. I didn't even know that was still a thing, but
yeah, lol.
In the Twitch chat box.
Are we still on 11? Yeah. I'm surprised to see Japan not wearing their signature purple. I don't know if they wore white last year, but I know they always wear purple. Did
the teams establish colors of shirts? Do they still do that?
Yeah.
Dude.
Even though all of the United States vets are gone, the pink was still carried on by the new breed.
The pink t-shirts.
The pink t-shirts, yeah.
Put on my pink towel right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think this is France's host also.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go Wario Stadium if Japan was
hosting. We're cracking now. We're rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna hop right in. I mean, I know the voting screen isn't always accurate, but I mean, if France has top 4 in the room, that is an ideal situation to say the least.
That is certainly a scenario to respect. But well, you see like what spots they're in when you see the player list, right? Roughly, at least.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's accurate 100% of the time.
We'll get an idea, but
looking like it's gonna be Twisted Mansion from the Japanese.
That is a good track to shake things up right away. France is top 5. It looks like. No wonder they went with that straight up Wario Stadium pick right away. But Twisted Mansion should be something. This should provide a hectic race. I do believe.
All right, let's go.
Let's get rolling, folks. Winners finals are Japan and France.
I'm excited, and it does look like France started in legitimately all top spots.
Yeah,
Power pulling a first set Shroom too, and getting the draft. That's going to see him into first place right away.
Big shortcut on him. Still, pack is very tight right now.
And again, we see nothing but Waluigi's, so it's going to be kind of hard.
I'm pretty sure literally everyone in this room is Waluigi. All right.
Yeah, but you do see France with an early top 3, if I'm not mistaken. That's actually that's Page on the other path in 3rd place, but you did see Dam and Dax also up there with power in the top 4 spots for France.
Quite close to this top 3. It'll probably be up to him to dissect if need be.
Yeah, but for now, France is holding down top 2. Very good on them since this is a mid-spot heavy track, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
So,
and I mean, you know. We'll hope for, especially a caster's point of view, that Power is able to run a lot, because I know he is a really good driver. So I think you know he will be.
But he's one of those guys who's he's one of those guys who's selfless and is just like, I'll just do whatever, pretty much.
He'll stop and land in 12th through the shock right here.
Yes.
He does have a pretty decent break. He does have a pretty decent break for, like, you know, how tight the pack is, and we see Pyrax in 2nd, hoping to play some defense. I think Pyrax, I saw, has a Fire Flower, and is going to plan to use that somewhere here soon. But
yeah, especially if that's a lot of Japan behind him, he could do some damage.
Yeah, and out of the cut comes Monar. Yeah, Monar gonna look to do something powerful to power here.
So, I mean,
depending on what he has in 2nd, though. Triple green shells low-key would be really nice, but cycling through items in 1st is power. A red shell coming out. If he did get a double red, that might...
double reds.
Monar with the double red, about to roll into 1st. Triple... Oh, no, that's just a... called? A Piranha Plant. But Japan storming into top spots after that.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That is going to be a
top
2-5, but bottom three for Japan.
Yeah.
That's actually a France win.
Yeah. That was huge though for the double red for Monar was huge because
that just sucks for Power, dude. He ran the whole race.
There was I don't know if he was expecting a double red there because he got rid of his first green shell and pulled another one.
I think he was just hoping for double protection. Actually, that was
a tie race.
Tie race.
Exactly what we expected from this match, apparently. So, wow.
Yeah.
That's really big. But what is it? I mean, the only thing I could think of Power doing in that situation was taking the lower path because he did have a pretty decent lead there.
Yeah.
And as opposed to getting 8th, he probably would have gotten 2nd or 3rd. But in the heat of the moment, he was running that whole race. Unfortunate that he went down, but very nice on Monar to pull out that first place.
Yeah, definitely. And TikTok clock coming out from the Japanese. I mean, this is a really strong run track.
Mm-hmm. This could establish some big runners in the room. We will see who those are, but I mean, wow. That last race was pretty crazy.
It's actually 12 Waluigis.
12 laggy Waluigis.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to us to provide to the viewers as to who is where on this point. That last race was really nice because Power was in first, so we could see everyone behind him as opposed to him being in 12th.
Yeah.
But he is in 11th now, so it'll be it'll be difficult. But Monar and Power actually, who were up there in the room, are now in 10-11. So something happened to Monar. He might have gotten taken out. A lot of Japanese members back here, though. It looks like.
And Paige is in the back too, and Monar and Paige were the ones who started top 2 also.
Yeah. So I mean,
you've got to assume at this point
up in
France
top.
Is up. Yeah, this is all Japan back here.
Oh wow, yeah. So I mean, France might be making the running plays here, and I mean, if there's anything they learned from that last match against Germany is that if you want the momentum to swing in your way for the whole match, you got to get it started right away.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
think that last race was unfortunate because they had it nearly in the bag, until the last turn. But I mean, they played that race exceptionally well, and that top 6 breakaway up there for everyone in the room is just massive.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, you saw Power built past quite a few Japanese players.
Yeah,
and then you see Kusan back here also. Yeah,
Kusan's in 6th.
Don't want to assume it's bottom 4 Japan, but I mean,
there are 4 Japanese members 5th and below. So I mean, those top spots might be good. If a shock comes out here, though, if people start using their dodges, that might be big for Japan. But
Oh
awesome.
No.
I don't know what that was, but that was a Sesame Seeds brain play.
Oh, someone got that.
Big.
Yeah,
big
that was
huge for France.
Oh, if Power would have just played it safe and gone around, that would have been
France is going to end up losing by 6, and it's because Power took that shortcut. I swear to God. But
can't imagine.
A really nice.
That was still a pretty thick race for France to kind of get the momentum.
We're probably expecting Wario Stadium. Yeah, Wario Stadium is going to be the choice for France. Japan trying to reset that momentum, and I mean, this is gonna be crazy because that was such a big race, and this match I feel isn't gonna be I mean, the first race was a tie race because it was a cluster jump, but there's gonna be some big races from each team. I'm
definitely
seeing top 4s for either contender here. Music Park though ended up being the pick of two French players picked Music Park as well. So
it was probably more of a pick whatever you guys want kind of pick. Because obviously both of these tracks work for France.
And that means if they played this race well, they still have Wario Stadium in their back pocket, which is nice. But
yeah, exactly. And we did see France absolutely dominate Germany last war on Music Park. So you've got to think this is one of France's stronger tracks. And you see Demon and Power breaking out to an early top 2. Demon's kind of lagging everywhere, but it's a laggy part of the track,
And I mean, this track, I found can be very difficult to catch up on when it's lap 2 or lap 3. So it's going to be of the liberty of Japan. We see them in 3, 4, 5 to get things going right here. And, what a play by Choppy!
Yeah, that sucks. Power actually lag trailed Demon, I believe, when Power was still behind him, and then the Japanese take Power out of first. So
that was a really nice green shell in the last turn by Choppy, preventing Power.
Well, that's one way to break spots, I guess.
Yeah, and so I think what is that? That might be a Japan top 3 right now because we see a lot of French members in middle spots.
It's probably something along those lines.
Yeah, there's a lot of French members back here, so Japan might be looking to hold this race in their hand right now. And this pack is still ridiculously close. That's going to be the case this whole entire war. Like, there's a lot of top tier players like battling it out. So
you did see a couple of Japanese players back here in 10-11. I'm not entirely sure who's in last. Then you see KF also right ahead of
KF is an
Power.
8, yeah.
So it seems like Japan is occupying a fair majority of these bottom spots.
Yeah. And what's interesting, knock on wood, because I'm going to jinx it, we haven't seen many shocks yet. I think we've seen one randomly used shock, but nothing really coordinated.
The last war, there was only 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I could be wrong.
Oh, here comes Power. This might be really good for Power. Yeah, he's in 4th place. He has mushrooms.
Ouch.
Started on the cut, but he's still going to pull out 6 with his, which is
Okay, you saw a lot of Japan in the back.
Yeah,
that's top 5 for Japan.
Huge race for Japan.
Okay, that's actually really impressive on Japan's end because you saw them occupying a ton of those middle bottom spots, like the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3, and for them to break that and get top 3, 5 out of that, especially on such a run heavy track like Music Park, that's impressive on their part, and that's the race that Japan wanted. It's kind of shut the door on France's momentum.
And that was a little bit less of a win than race 2 for France, but that still puts it really close. And that's all you could ask for in the 3rd race, to have that big of a race after such a losing one. That's really big.
Yeah,
and Choppy ended up holding down the fort for
definitely made some plays. You see Japan just immediately counters with the Wario Stadium pick, so unfortunately it's
Japan
not in France's back pocket anymore.
Absolutely pocketed France's pick, dude. That was a nice snag by them. So they got this. They have a chance. And as I was saying, they're so hard to take out of top spots once they're there. It's going to be a challenge for France, especially on such a good running track.
Mm-hmm.
Because these first couple turns are really what sells it. There's green shells everywhere and red shells.
It's pretty wacky because the ZL button kind of gets hit quite a bit.
That ZL button gets a little worn out, but no one actually using their ZL button.
No, I didn't really see anybody get hit.
I saw one green shell used within 5 seconds of the start of the race, but a lot of red shells were being held there, which is very disciplined of our players.
I think it's safe to assume that Japan is still in first, but you do see quite a few French
is still in top 2, players. I think.
Yeah.
And that might be Choppy still hold down the fort. He might be breaking away. What I've noticed about him, if we're gonna give any information, is I saw a couple of videos of him playing. He is a good driver. Yeah. He has that steering wheel harnessed. So a time trialer head, whatever he is, he's probably gonna be holding down the fort for the running here, which adds another dimension to this Japanese team.
Yeah,
but
definitely. Bad for Power not to get a box when he's all the way back here.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's only lap 2. We do see Moa and KF back here, but also Pyrax and Power. So,
it seems like spots, at least back here, are relatively mixed. There's a blue coming in for first place.
Yeah, but a dodge. He had a mushroom in first, apparently. So, no, it lagged a little bit. My bad. Okay.
He's gone.
Lagging on the map.
He's out of here. Whoever's in first. I'm not entirely sure who that is, but
I think he might have this one in the bag. But what is interesting is since he has such a large breakaway, there's going to be a lot of big items in play now.
Yeah, you saw quite a few Japanese players back here also. So even though I do believe that is Japan in first place, you could still see a decent race for...
This might be really good for Japan. We see them 4, 5, 6. A bullet coming up. That might be France, but this might be either a 1-3 top... 1-3-4, yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
Pyrex got. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that is a win then. Because Japan got 1, 3, 6, and then bottom 3.
Yeah, that's a win for France.
Dude, these bottom 3s are freaking deadly, man.
Yeah, like, that was a +6 for France.
Wow.
After the
goal of that race, the goal of that race was to keep Japan. If you're France, the goal was to keep Japan from getting another, top 7 on a good running track, and they did their job. They in fact won that race as well. But what do you pick now?
So after the first 4 races, France up by 10. And if I saw correctly, I believe that was like a 2-4-5 or something like that for France. It's like Bone Dry Dunes. Okay.
I think France is down by 2. Is it 165, 163? That's what I see on the stream. So I'm taking.
Oh, I don't know. It's 169 to 150.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Cinda's just wilding right now.
Cinda is failing 3rd grade math.
If you're Japan, this is the kind of track you want, especially with Monar, who's such a strong runner.
They just have a lot of these running tracks in their back pocket, and
definitely.
I can't think of a better trio of tracks to have picked. I mean, you have what's it called? DK Jungle. You have Music Park, and then you have Wario Stadium. Those are all really solid tracks. Yeah,
all very run heavy.
It's really nice, in the past couple matches we haven't been seeing tracks like Donut Plains or Ice Outpost coming through. Like we're seeing pretty solid tracks coming out. Not to
definitely
be biased or anything, but no baby parks at least.
Yeah, it's always nice to see some sort of mix. To an extent.
And so, I mean, knowing how the start of the race went, I think we have.
You see Monar back here in 9th place.
Oh no, I lied. I was looking at the wrong screen. But
France did a good job in taking him out. You see Kevout back here in 10th also, and Choppy back here also. So I mean,
I think that was Pyrex. I think
all signs
up there
point
with Monar.
All signs point to Japan occupying the majority of the top spots.
Yeah. But
France.
I was looking at the stream that was behind, and I saw that Pyrex and Monar were battling it out for first. So Pyrex may have won that race, but still, we don't know what's going on in those top spots because this is another one of those narrow tracks that really lets you get hit a lot.
Yeah, well, it's now we chaotic. See. Okay, Power gets shocked though. We see France all back here.
This could be big for France. Correctly, this could be massive.
Yeah,
massive dog play coming up. And I mean, if you're in France's situation, you have a lead by 10. It would be so perfect to get a huge race here and expand that lead.
Yeah, but it's so hard to tell what spots people are in and if France has anything, because if they don't have anything, I could see Power just holding this because I don't think the lead has changed.
Oh, okay. No, there she is, and that's 2 Dodgers for France. They're probably going to get top 2. I mean, if I were to presume, or at least top spots.
Yeah, that's such a rough chain for Power, actually.
Yeah,
you see a lot of France in these mid spots here.
Yeah, Monar is going off on Power right now.
Yeah, Monar does a good job in order to take out Power, but you see you did see
a lot of Japan back here. This is
a ton of Japan back here.
Someone seemed to have fallen off though. Depending on who that is, that could be a break for Japan.
Pyrex.
But we'll see how top
Pyrex
spots.
got 11th, I think.
Top
4, 6, 8, and 11.
Pyrex got taken out on that last turn, so that's a break for Japan. If he was in first, maybe.
Yeah, especially if he was the one running that whole race. Yeah. I wasn't entirely sure who it was, but I mean.
But yeah, a break for Japan a little bit. Not a good race whatsoever.
Yeah, that was a plus 18 for France. So I mean, that's what you're looking for if you're the French. After 5 races, France is up 28 points.
And
so I mean that's the kind of start. It's not a massive lead, but if you're France, that's the kind of start you kind of want. But I mean, then again, they're playing against Japan, so very easily one race that could just be wiped out.
And I mean, the thing with both of these teams, you know this about them, is they're never really out of it. They can be down 60 and still somehow make a comeback.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I mean, we'll be seeing what plans to unfold here on Arena. This was Japan's pick, so kind of just putting the spots in a bag and trying to mix them up, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Pretty smart pick without actually having to burn. So I don't think Cheeseland or Desert has been played yet, if I'm not mistaken.
But when you think about it, I mean, there are a lot of those kind of tracks at hand, you know. I mean, sorry, I was reading a different message while saying that. But I mean, you know, you have Cheeseland, Dry Desert, the Mario circuits. You know, there's a lot of options, but I mean, I guess when you think about it, you're kind of risking your dice there when you pick a track like that because it can go either way. So this I'm guessing is Japan's track for that cause. I mean, for mixing up the spots.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily like a bad track pick either because it's runnable. But I mean, catching up is also not exactly difficult.
If you know how to maneuver these ramps, I mean, Power is showing that there are way too many techs for me to pay attention to, but you can keep that lead. That's what.
Yeah, this is a lot of Japan in the back too.
Yeah.
In the middle and the back.
If they are expecting to make that comeback, like on this rate, and like, you know, reestablish some top spots, they're gonna have to do it like on this next large straightaway, because you know they need to get up there. Pack is close though.
Yeah, the pack is pretty close. So I mean, if someone can like cheat some really good item in like 5th place, I mean that's a win.
A lot of them do seem to have mushrooms, though. So I mean, shortcuts a glory. And 6 mushrooms for Power might be the factor here. He's gonna probably hold on to these.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the star, though.
Yeah, but this last turn is going to be absolute chaos. I think half the room.
Yeah, you see a lot of shrooms now.
Here we go. Power coming through the last turn, trying to squeeze into a top spot. That might be 4th.
I saw. Pyrax up there, I believe, or Demon, one or the other. Yeah, Demon getting first. That's a 1-4-5-6 for France and a bottom 2 for Japan.
For France, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're France at this point, you're just wanting to go for consistently winning races, no matter if they're big or small.
As long as you're pulling away, like that's a good mind, like a good mindset for your team. But what does Japan do now? I mean, something's not working because we're seeing tight races, tight gameplay, all that, but something is not clicking and not getting them where they need to be in the top spots.
Yeah, I think France is just doing a really good job at protecting their runners right now. Obviously, that shock came in on DK Jungle was probably pretty significant.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's both teams too. When they're running, they're doing a very good job at just consistently hitting the middle spots and letting their runners kind of run free. And obviously, someone as good as Demon is not going to not take an opportunity to just run for free. So
get that plus 15 in your belt.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, if the first section of this track goes significantly well for France, then this could be a pretty solid race. I mean, you know, section 2 is pretty much the place where you try to catch up, and section 3 kind of just becomes a bullet straight for the finish.
Yeah, it is just section 3 is such a mess.
Yeah, and I mean, for the sake of Japan, you'd hope for a shock in that section 3. I mean, because I mean, if I remember correctly, being shocked off that last glider is incredibly devastating.
Yeah,
so.
Getting shocked after boxes on this track last set is just you're like guaranteed a bottom half spot pretty much.
And so, I mean, if there's any hope in this track working out for Japan, it's either they catch up right now or they plan for a shock and try to use that lap 3.
Definitely. It's like, I mean, spots seem relatively mixed at the moment.
Yeah. They're jumbled. People are just fighting for that first right now. I mean, a lot of people are slowing down up there. And someone got hit. I think that was a France member. Yeah, Dragon was hit. Presumably out of first.
Okay.
And this little tree section here is going to be
this is when you kind of this is when you kind of start seeing things go haywire.
This is where boys separate from men right here.
But you did see a ton of French players back here.
Yeah.
Before power dropped. So I mean, Japan doing a great job to just break those top spots without the use of a shock.
Yeah, and we could presume since we saw Dragon and Demon and Pyrax fall from those top spots, Japan
Power
might be
misses
up
the
there.
chain too. I think that's bottom 3. Yeah, bottom 3 for Japan. Demon was the one who started in first too. So
bottom three for France, you mean?
Yeah, bottom 3 for France. Sorry.
A blue shell coming out at the last second, probably not in time.
Yeah, I
this
don't think
might
that
be massive for Japan.
Yeah,
this might be exactly what they need.
I think that might be bottom
boy.
5.
Top 3, 5, 6.
Yeah,
that was really big. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly what I said. Like,
nicely played by Japan.
Japan can easily just erase the majority, if not all of the lead in just a single race, and you saw them do a fantastic job there.
That 38-point lead right there might have just been sliced in half after.
Definitely more than in half. That was probably a plus 28 at least, I'd say.
Oh wow. Oh yeah,
it was a plus 28 exactly.
That's big. And this is where the teams start getting into the nitty-gritty. This is where momentum swings back and forth. And in 2 quick races, Japan could be back on top. And with dry desert, either team can do their job here, but it'll be up to France to see what they can clap back with. So dry desert being the choice here.
This track sucks.
Yeah.
Speak
speak your mind. Let's hear it. Why does this track suck?
I don't know. It's like it's so like shock reliant, or whoever gets the best items at the best time, I guess. I don't know.
This track is seemed to evolve for the worse.
Kind of. I mean, it was always meant for bagging, and even like 8U, but even
lightly bagging,
but running puts you. It almost puts you at a disadvantage on this track.
Yeah, it's
because it's so long, dude. Well, yeah, that, and it's so long that you absolutely know there's gonna be a shock at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just like when is the question, I guess.
And who's holding it?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, like, the fact that you can be in 12th by a mile, pull a star and a golden, and chain them at the first set and just cut off the entire half of the track, like that is
well, there you go. There's a shock.
Speaking of the devil, there is a game changer right there. The shock comes out, an early one, in fact.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure whose shock that was, though. I don't know personally. I wasn't looking at the minimap, but I don't actually believe anybody dodged.
I think it was a France shock because you saw power slow down for the boxes there.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he was doing that for a reason.
That would make sense.
Because he does have a star, and as I was saying,
he's going to be chaining this first set
chain right here with a blue coming out.
Power's in a really good spot here. Power and Dragon look like they're set up to get top 2.
Yeah,
somebody
looks
dodged
like
the blue,
ended up dodging the blue in the cut. That might have been a Japan member.
Ouch.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Demon unfortunately pulling out the triple bananas on top of Power, hitting him in the cut. It's going to send him back a ways.
And it's going to leave him to the final set here to determine his fate. He gets a Piranha Plant, which is really not good at all.
Not what you want.
He has to waste that thing. He has to use that thing out. He's not going to get anything here.
Yeah.
And a 9th place for Power.
Yeah, that was unlucky.
I don't even know what to assume from that race. A top 2 for Japan, but 3 through 6 for France. So that's an equal race. Nearly.
Yeah, that was pretty even.
At least. I mean, there's no real advantage there for either team. You've got 2 players in top 2, but God, I feel you now, Joel. That race was that track is just unpredictable.
It's a clown fiesta, and there's just nothing else you can really describe it.
Clown fiesta.
Right. Yeah, that was 8 races down now. We've got France leading by 8
already.
points. Wow. France leading by 8 points, so I mean we're gonna have an interesting last 4 races.
We have something in store here.
Yeah, fasten your seatbelts.
Fasten your seatbelts. Please keep your hands inside the ride. We got some shit to take care of here. So an 8-point advantage for France going into race 9, essentially the 3rd GP, and I think this was a Japan pick for their top 2.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that was the one. I mean, Japan won the race by 2, but the main thing that they could take away from that race is that they have top 2 in advantage for the next race, so they can just pick based off of their top 2. Because this war is so close that it's holding first is going to be the most important thing right now. for
Yeah,
each
definitely.
team.
And even those minor advantages, like you just got to get on your knees for your top two spots and say, let's just give you guys the run, because that's all we can depend on right now. And this track being about as chaotic as the last, but for a different reason, it's just so narrow. And we see that playing out for a lot of the middle pack.
Okay, so you see Moa pulling into first. My screen shut off. Yeah, Moa and KF pulling into top 2 for Japan. It's doing good. Power with the long snipe on the third boomerang throw, actually hitting KF out of second.
Damn.
And yeah, I think this is France 2 through 5 at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean,
at least it appears to be.
That puts a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, Moa actually got hit out of first, so that's top 3 for France now.
That is a top 3, but here come the firepower. Yeah, and I mean,
whoever's back there should probably just hard bag for shock, whoever that is, because whatever team gets shock is going to win the race, honestly.
Yeah. I think if there's a French member back there, you grab the shock and you hold that, so nothing besides a blue shell at least can take your top 2 out of top 2. I'm going to keep an eye on that Waluigi in first, make sure we know who's there, because
the pack is so close right now.
And we do see a Wario. I just realized that there is now a not Waluigi in the room.
Yeah.
We have evolved.
I didn't actually catch who that was. I think it's Japan.
Yeah. Ooh, and Power. Sorry to interrupt. Power pulling the blue. So that is, if first place can keep their run, then that's big for France.
Okay, so we can. But you see France in bottom 3 now.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so we
Power
at least
will
have
the chance.
Confirmation that France is in first. If France got hit out of first that's rough because the blue is not going to hit. But it looks like France is going to get bottom 3 anyways.
Yeah. If this isn't a top 3 for France, this is a losing race. And oh my god, Japan!
That's a plus 16 for Japan. So Japan just snags the lead right back.
Japan just made a statement. They wrote it on paper with black pen. They said, "We are here and we have the lead."
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually Japan's first lead of the match.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, that's wild.
And that's deadly, because,
I mean, props to them for actually keeping it close, because if France, if they blow this war open, they just don't really have a chance of coming back.
And I mean, from what we see a lot of Team Japan, at least in scrims and from, just matches they've played, this usually is the part of the match where they kind of make the separation in the score. And it's going to be up to France to, you got to clear your brain. You got to, don't go on tilt, because this is not the time. You're going to have to play this race like it's 0-0. And
they
get a winning
They need
race.
to stay calm.
It's only an 8-point lead for Japan. And I mean, Japan, on the other side as well, is going to have to realize, we have the lead, but there's 2 races left, and this is the only lead we've had,
Yeah.
And so this is big. I think this is the swing race. This is either the dagger for Japan or the momentum switch for France.
I just want to... usually top spots get established, around here.
Yeah,
you
Dragon
see
just got
taking
spanked.
Dragon out of first place.
Oh,
so, it's top 2 for Japan right now.
Yeah, the draft, the risky draft, though. And that worked out pretty well. Kusan's right here,
He's
though.
lagging everywhere. Kusan didn't get hit. Okay.
Dude, Kusan's internet has 6 ping right now. Jesus, dude. That was chaotic, but Kusan able to secure that first still.
You see Japan in 3-4 also, so if
Japan
they get something to hit... Yeah, if they get something to hit Power, that's going to be tough. But you see Demon kind of breaking through the Japanese. Also, Power just probably wants to get a protection more than anything right now.
I mean, on the other hand, too, though, Power can try to make up... Oh, never mind!
Yeah, that was a great... That got Demon, too. That was a great bomb slip by KF. I think that's Japan top 3 now.
Power just got his 5-head tattooed by that bomb. That's going to be in his nightmares,
the switch to Wario really made that play.
Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, I was saying Power needs to make a play on Kusan. Kusan makes a play on Power. Okay. And this top 3 is deadly.
They need something big, because this top 3 is starting to break away now, because I'm assuming they all have 10 coins. And I think you see Moa building up also.
Moa has the Dolphin
Shoals
for
Japan.
Bill. Another Dolphin Shoals bill coming. That might be top 5.
Yeah, dude. Okay,
Oh,
shock, though.
a shot!
That's all of France dodging. And a
This
blue?
is going
Oh my
to be
God.
down to the wire. Kusan being taken
All right.
out of first. And here comes the French. Oh, okay. So we have.
Oh my God.
the
So we
final
see KF
turn.
back here for sure. Kusan's back here.
Dog, I can't.
Oh my
even
God.
keep
Pyrex
up.
goes down. Oh my God.
This might be really
Okay.
good for France.
I don't.
Oh no, top 2 for
you
Japan,
see-
I think. Top
Yeah, I
2
think
for
so.
Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
I.
Okay. France got bottom 3. That kind of.
Oh, dude.
All right.
Let's.
Wow.
Okay. We could not keep up with that, but let's take a second. So the shot came in, and half of
Yeah, that was like
the nation
all of France
dodged.
dodging. Yeah.
Yeah, Kusan got blued, but because they were top 5 or whatever, they still had 2 runners in top 2, and it
Well,
was just
yeah,
like a
they
mad
had-
dash for the end.
At that point, Japan, like when the beginning of lap 3, their top 3 started to break away.
Yeah,
So I mean, the shock and blue kind of helped, but you still had to favor Japan in that race just because
Definitely.
of their front presence.
that was an incredible race, though. I'm shook into the core, but we are here a 24-point lead for Japan right now, 422-398, and exactly what France needs right now.
Yeah,
Um,
they need something to mix spots.
They're gonna need a shock of
because-
that caliber from last race on this track as well.
It's a 24-point lead for Japan at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that France just couldn't put them away kind of sucks because now they're in the position where even though it's only a 24-point lead, there's only 2 races left, and it's against
Yeah.
Japan. So it's like you've got the Himalayas to climb, basically.
yeah. And if it wasn't this track, it would be a very difficult, mountain to climb. But I
Yeah,
mean,
if
there's
they-
always the possibility here.
If Japan got their run track, it's not. I don't want to say curtains, but it's
It's windowsill,
heavily
honestly.
favoring Japan.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, Power, interestingly, is trying to run this shit. I mean, this is a strategy by him. I think just to
Yeah.
have that like presence in the top spots.
Oh yeah,
but-
you need a mix on this track. You need some people to run and some people to bag because if you have your whole team bag and
Yeah.
you don't get shock, it's like, well, now we're
Mhm.
just bottom everything with absolutely no front presence, and
Definitely.
the players in top spots more than likely got aggressive items to shield. So I mean,
Uh-huh.
but yeah,
It's like-
good
I'm thinking
job,
Japan
Power
is
keeping
boss.
first for now.
Yeah, I mean, they're
It's
trying to.
so hard to tell. Power's getting hit out of first here. It's so
Ooh,
hard
yeah.
to tell. Monar sliding into first place.
And
Kusan also in
there.
first. That
Ooh,
was-
a top 4.
Okay,
for
that's
Japan
top 4
right
for
now.
Japan now.
And if a shock doesn't come out right now or in the next 10 seconds,
There's a blue for
This
Japan,
could be
so
big.
one of them are going to be going down. But France need to do something
Yeah.
quick. Obviously,
so in
there's
France's
like
position, they need
Yeah.
to prevent a race win by 16 or more than 16 points, because if that's it, that's curtains. So it's going to be up to this final set here to make a play, and it doesn't look like there's a shock, so Power is just mad-manning for the shock right now, nothing coming out,
Yeah.
and this might be huge for Japan.
yeah, you see
Bottom
France.
3 for France,
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
and no shock coming out.
yeah. Wow. I'm not
We'll just
entirely
have
sure
to-
what happened
We'll
in
have to
the
watch
front.
the results unfold right here, because that looks like a bottom 3 for Japan, or bottom 3 for France, and
Yeah. Top 2,
Okay.
5, 7, 9, 10. I don't think that's a plus 16. Yeah, that was a plus
We-
14.
And the match
Yeah.
is not over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, France is
get in your
actually skating
stable.
on the thinnest ice possible. So, I
This-
mean, top 6 for
my
France
goodness.
wins, but, I mean, anything less than that, it's
And
tire
of all
loss.
tracks to accomplish that, they're gonna go with
Wario's
Wario's Gold Mine.
Mario Circuit. I'm telling you, Mario Circuit's the best clutch track in the game.
I don't think I've seen Bowser's Castle get played in like 3 years, but interesting by Japan.
It's pretty good for running.
I'm guessing they're just trying to make it difficult for France. That's all you need to do, really.
Basically, all Japan needs to do is like keep a top 3 spot and they win.
Yeah. So if they meet shield a runner, then they win. They're fine.
Yeah.
So race 12, we've seen worse, we've seen weirder. USA almost did it against Mexico a couple days ago. Can France do it against Japan? They need a top 6 to win, and then like a top 5-7 to tie it.
I mean, I hope so. That'd be
470,
sick.
432 in Japan's favor. Let's see how this unfolds, folks. And I mean, from the bat, you just got to get up there.
Yeah, if you're France, you can't worry about bagging. You just need to run and hope that if you do run, Japan doesn't get shock or anything.
And you'd expect Japan, I mean, because there is not a lot on the line in regards to getting hit. They're probably going to play as aggressive as they ever have, you know?
Exactly. Because
so,
literally all one of them needs to do is finish in the top 5.
Yeah, and that's looking like the goal of Monar right now. There.
Yeah, I mean, Power getting hit into the back. This is a lot of the French in the bottom spots. Not entirely sure who's last, but it does look like Japan have at least 5 out of the 6 top spots.
And I mean, considering Dam and I think Pyrax are still back here, you know, even though it's only lap 2.
Dragon's
it's already
there.
lap 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is a track where, again, there's no time savers anywhere besides the end, and that's not even that significant, really.
Japan made an incredible track pick here, though, for that exact reason.
I would think it's like Paige or someone in first place right now.
Yeah, I think Monar might still be in first. I'm not sure, but
it looks like top 2, 4, 5 for Japan right now.
Yeah,
I mean, France need to whip it up right now.
they need to whip up the Johns. If there is any hope of the French team pulling out this victory, there needs to be a huge shock. And if they do have it, they'd probably use it at the target shock spot. But then again, Japan's probably expecting that, you know. Yeah,
you'd have to think. But I mean, it doesn't look like there is a shock right now unless Power stops.
Mm-hmm. And
no, I think that's Power. Okay,
that
lucky to get a trail, but I mean, that's
that
it.
will be game, folks.
Yeah,
that's a big race for Japan. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we have Japan advancing to the grand finals after a huge comeback. Last 4 races, a really big statement made. And I mean, you know, you got to feel for France after that. They played out of their minds, but those last couple races,
Japan there's really nothing to say outside of Japan kind of dominated the last GP.
France did have the 8-point advantage heading into the final 4 races, and they end up losing by 42. So the score ends up being Japan with a respectable score of 513 to France scoring 471.
And you know what's interesting about that match? I mean, the scores at least only 2 players broke 100. Yeah, and that's kind of a testament to how close that was. And the 2 Japanese members that broke 100 were really the difference makers.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think was one of them Choppy? I think Choppy was the one with 105.
I think so. I didn't catch who got 107. I think it was Peze or something.
Dude, he's the GOAT. But
congratulations to Japan for making it to the grand finals for the 6th year in a row.
That's fun to say.
And France obviously getting through to the winners finals solidified their top 3 placement.
Yeah.
But they're fighting tomorrow, I believe, or later, 4 p.m. Eastern, actually. The losers finals is going to be, and France is going to take on one of the remaining losers bracket teams. Obviously, we don't know which ones yet because we've got the loser semifinals matches coming up next, starting with Canada and Spain, which is a match that I'm especially excited for.
Definitely, yeah. So what is expecting to happen is Spain and Canada will play. They will choose a winner. Germany and Mexico will play. The winners of those matches will play in the semis of the losers bracket.
And then the winner of that match plays against France for grand finals. Yes.
Interesting theory, folks. I am interested to see how this unfolds.
Alrighty. And I do believe we are going to take a short little break, so don't go anywhere. We still have a lot of Mario Kart today.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We got some more stuff going on here.
We've got some great matches coming up, so don't go anywhere.